Hey there gardeners, Chris here from Steading. I wanted to talk about basically growing raspberries. I'm in the subtropics, so this is one of the more challenging but not impossible jobs. And as you can see here, I've actually got this fully dedicated garden bed. We've got our one heritage raspberry in here right now. However, I'm planning on trying to squeeze one more in right on the opposite side of that garden bed, and that's when I find one available locally. If you are thinking about doing this, particularly if, like me, it's not really a super suitable plant for your locality, you need to be careful to make sure that you're buying something like the heritage raspberry, which is good for those warmer climates. And the reason I say this is because I was really excited. I was at one of the big box stores, or Bunnings as we call it here in Australia, and they had raspberries for sale. However, they were, I think, Tullamarine raspberries, and they're not really suitable for our much warmer environment. And obviously with shops like that, sometimes they are stocking plants which aren't really likely to work for you. I've got golden raspberries just on the other side of the fence there, which haven't done particularly well, but I think a lot of the berries that we've tried to grow directly in ground, essentially just in short raised beds, they are fighting with the tree roots, which we've had so many issues with. Our big Birdies round garden bed here, it's corten steel. So in many ways, we're kind of making this a big visual factor in the garden. It's on our driveway coming up the hill, and it is a totally self-contained garden bed. So it has plastic lining under it, and I'm hoping because it's a nice deep bed, there'll be enough drainage for raspberries because they don't really want wet feet. So that will drain out through the gravel here and through these rocks I've put down, and basically the lining and the gravel around it should help keep the tree roots out, because they are very, very destructive and very competitive with stuff that we're trying to grow. Now, obviously in this location here, I've picked it for a number of reasons. Number one, we're right near the fence, so I can water this over the fence. It's also outside of our veggie garden because raspberries and other prickly berries can be pretty harsh, and I actually tried to grow a native Australian raspberry. That thing grew crazily but no fruit, and I just ended up with scratches all over me from walking past it in the main vegetable garden section. So I've learned a couple of lessons. Number one, I want to be able to water my raspberries because that is important. When they are fruiting, you need to make sure that you're supporting them. But on top of that, I want to make sure it's not right in the middle of my veggie garden where every time I walk past, I'm getting scratched. Obviously, the planning of where this garden bed was to go was quite important because I've got the access to water. However, I needed a really sunny spot. So we've moved well out from the house because we're on the other side of the fence here. And that means that this section should actually get, in summer particularly, but also in winter, which we're in now, really, really good sunlight. In summer, there's a strong possibility that I will actually need to put some cover up over this with some shade cloth, because apparently our Australian sun in this kind of northern area of New South Wales and up into Queensland, they get too much sun in summer. And I've certainly seen that with a lot of plants in the garden. And so we're going to be quite careful with our raspberry to see whether that happens as well. So I have very, very high hopes. We've picked a better location. We've made sure that this raspberry will not be able to invade the greater area by lining the garden bed, but that also means that tree roots won't be able to get into this garden bed, hopefully, and we've kind of solved two issues there. We've got good sunlight here, which is important for our raspberry. We've got really nice soil, so I redid the soil for this. We've got high quality garden soil, and also on top of that, it's got lots and lots of compost in it. So again, this should be ideally suited to our raspberry from the research I've done. And then the mulch that I'm currently sitting on is going to go over the top of this bed, and I'm just waiting to find another locally available raspberry to put in towards the back. Now, because it's the middle of winter, it's probably not the best time to buy raspberries, and there's a strong possibility that I'll probably have to wait till closer to spring to buy one from, say, our local fruit tree fella in Kendall, who he had really impressive raspberries last year. They just looked so healthy, and he stocks plants that I know are going to work locally, which is really important. So yeah, at the end of the day, I'm hoping this is going to be a really, really successful kind of situation and solution, because we do like buying raspberries, because I would say they're one of the better berries to buy. They're better than strawberries. Blackberries, I would say, are normally terrible from the supermarket. If we can grow our own raspberries, it'll save us a bit of money, but also it'd just be amazing to be able to come out here and basically grab our own raspberries for our cereal in the morning. So we'll see how we go on that one. Now, obviously, one of the challenges is that here, where we are, it's not super suitable for raspberries, even picking a variety that's more suited to us. And probably my backup plan is I'm actually thinking maybe I will try and set up some IBC garden beds. I don't know whether I'd go kind of a proper full self-wicking setup to try and grow more berries, because again, berries are one of those really enjoyable things that are great to add to the menu. However, they're quite expensive to buy, and if you can grow them yourself, and if you can just set up the system where you're growing them and you're not having to buy them, it's going to be pretty amazing. Now, obviously, you're not going to be able to get raspberries off your plants year round. I think you can if you're particularly in a better environment for growing them. You can grow a couple of different varieties which will spread that crop out, but that's less of a concern, because what the plan is here on our garden stead is at some times a year we're going to have raspberries, but at other times a year we'll have blueberries. We've got the passion fruit vine going really well, hopefully eventually apple, pear, everything. So hopefully all year round we will have something, but it might just be what is seasonal rather than the kind of spoilt way that we can go to the supermarket and buy a lot of this produce year round, which is probably not the most environmental thing at the end of the day. So I will do an update when we get our second raspberry plant. I'll try and keep you updated on how the progress of this goes. I've also got a really interesting little side project in the raspberry front where I'm going to try and grow some black raspberries from seed. We will see how we go on that one, because from what I've read, that might be a little bit on the challenging side. Separate video incoming on getting started with that. And yeah, obviously just getting this mulched and ready for the next plant, and just keeping an eye on it to make sure that it gets the water it needs and that hopefully it continues going well. But we'll see how we go on that one. If you got any advice about growing raspberries in that kind of subtropical region, let me know. I'm keen to find out. I've been doing a bit of research, but extra tips always useful. If you've got any questions, I may be able to answer them just from the research I've done. But a lot of my probably experience so far is what not to do growing berries, because I think a lot of the things I've done have been suboptimal, and I might be able to point you away from making the mistakes I've made.